Well, howdy ho, Stampers. Deb Valder here, your Fun Stampers Journey Coach, and welcome back to the 12 Days of Gift Giving with Deb Valder, and this is day number 5. Today I want to show you how to do a gift bag, and we can do them in any size. This is my medium size, this is my small size, and this is, let me just show you, my large size. All right, so you can do them any size, any height, and that's what I'm excited to show you today, is how you can take and you can make these and adjust these to any size you want, but they are so easy. All right, so don't just give a gift card in an envelope or whatever. Put them in these. I use these all the time. Now I want to show you a very, very special one that was given to me from one of my teammates. Her name is Arlene, and she lives in Hawaii, and she made this one for me. Isn't that absolutely adorable? Now, what does it look like? If you go into our large catalog, you're going to see a full-size one of these. It's our journey bag. It is adorable, and this replicates it so well. Arlene, you are so artistic. I love you to pieces. Okay, so this is the medium size one right here. They're just so easy to make. I absolutely love them. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how to do the small one right here, but like I said, you can hop on over to my blog. You can adjust these to any size that you want. I'm going to show you how some of the things that I've used in this one. So for the smaller bags, these two smaller bags, I did use the Create-A-Bow Mini. All right, and those are the small little bows right here. I love them because there's only a few pieces to them, not a whole lot. And then this one is actually the larger bow. So let me just show you the difference between the two of them. Isn't that uber cute? This one is absolutely gorgeous. Let me just show you the papers that I'm using also. It comes from in our big annual catalog. It's called Romantic Journey Prints, and a good share of these are from there. I also used ones from the Through the Years paper. But this right here is from the Journey Prints, and Romantic Journey Prints, I love them, absolutely love them. So Create-A-Bow Mini and Create-A-Bow, those are the bows that I used. And we're just going to bling this one up. I'm going to show you, you can use these if you're doing a Christmas one, or you can use any of the bling that we have in the catalog. We have so many embellishments that you can use just about anything. So for the small one, we're going to start off with a piece of our designer paper that is 6 by 6. And remember that our designer paper is absolutely fantastic. It is cardstock weight, so it holds up to these kind of projects really, really well. It doesn't kind of fall apart or go limp when you put it together, because this is cardstock paper. Very noticeable difference than some things that are out there. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer, and I'm going to use this quite a bit, all right? And I'm going to keep substituting the cutter for the trimmer. I've already cut it out 6 by 6 from our 12 by 12 paper. I'm going to take and I'm going to score it 2.5 and 3.5 on this one. And like I said, if you want it to be larger, you can either make a larger paper, or you can take and make these score lines a little bit smaller. But I'm going to score it at 2.5. All right, and that's going to give me a 1-inch bottom, and I like that because it makes it stand up so much nicer. All right, so I do different sizes for different bags, but for the small bag I want a 1-inch bottom, so I'm just going to go 2.5 and 3.5. All right, and then I'm going to just fold this so I can see where my creases are going to be. If you have a design on the back of it, which all of our pattern papers do, if you have a design on the back, you want to probably make sure that when you're doing this, that the inside piece is going the right way. All right, I'm going to show you one that I did that really didn't go the right way, and that's what made me think of this. So this inside piece, there's notes in there, and it probably should have gone that way. So just be mindful of that when you're making these two score marks right here. All right, I also wanted to show you something really cute on this. I actually put a little band over here to make it look like more like a purse, and I put just a little magnet piece on here, and it actually closes. Isn't that cute? Added some of our sparkle drops right here. You can decorate the top. I think I'll do that with this one, but you can decorate the top. You can bling this up as much as you want, or you can make it as fast and simple as you want too. All right, so we have the two score marks. Now what I need to do is I need to just score along here so I can make my little tabs. All right, so on this one I'm just going to go over to 1 inch. So I'm going to bring this over to the 1-inch mark, and I'm going to score between these two lines right here. All right, so I'm just scoring right there. I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to score again at the 1-inch mark in between these two lines. All right, now what I'm going to do, get this out of the picture for just a minute, is to just kind of figure out where those lines are. And the reason we're going to do that, I'm going to get my Grand Pro shears, and I'm just going to make a little slit right up here. All right, so sometimes it's easier to see the score lines on the opposite side, and sometimes not, but I'm just going to cut right up to that little slit right there, and right there. Okay, so that's my 1-inch slit there, and my 1-inch slit here. All right, and you can make these as much or as little as you want. So on this one right here, the big one right here, I think I went up 1.5, so I have a 1.5-inch strip right there. I'll put all the measurements if you want to copy them exactly like mine, but once you get used to these, you're going to be able to do your own sizes, and it just makes it so much easier. All right, so I just want to take my crease tool and make sure that all of these are creased really nice, okay? Always, always, always when you're doing projects, make sure your score lines are nice and creased well. All right, that's all there is to this, seriously. Now what I need to do is I need to put on some of my my tape. So I'm going to get my white liner tape, and I'm going to go right through this piece right here, okay, on this side right here. So you see there is a slit right there, and then I'm just going to take another piece and put it at the top of this score mark right here. Okay, so doing the same thing over here. And you could just take and put a little piece here and a piece up here, but I'm going to show you time savers, okay? I'm going to just show you how easy this is. So that's it for this side, and now what I need to do is to do it on this side. So this is where I have the tape on this side. We're going to do it the opposite over here. So on this side right here, on the wrong side, I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it up here, not going all the way through here, just on the top piece right here. All right, so there's that. All right, let's get out our bloom tool and just start creasing everything or burnishing everything down so that I can take and lift them off much easier. Now, what I'm going to do here, okay, because I did put the tape on all the way through my little piece right here, I'm just going to take and cut that up like that. All right, so it there we go, just like that. Okay. All right, so let's burnish these little guys right here so they're easier to take off and so that they stick nicely when we are all done. All right, so now what I do is I take all of this off. People are saying, well, when isn't it going to stick? No, it doesn't. It's really good. You're going to be very forgiving. All right, so there's that one. And we are going to do the one on the other side. If you don't have this little mat like I have down here, just be careful when you flip it over that you don't glue it to your paper. All right. So I'm just going to lift these up, and oops, that's the other one. Okay, here we go. All right. So now all of our tape is exposed. The first thing that I'm going to do is just flip this on the inside like this. Let's go a little bit farther on this one here. Okay. Alrighty, so we're going to just flip these in here like that. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take the one that is going to be exposed. Okay, so the right side is going to go in first. And all I'm doing is lining this piece up right here with this piece right here. So this is literally just going to go right over, making sure that everything lines up nice and neatly. Okay, I just added that to the back right there. And now what I'm going to do is take this piece, because they're sticky right here, and that's going to be lined up exactly again. I like to do the bottoms first, and then the top should line up perfectly. All right, so now I'm just going to take this and just line it up, and you see how nice and perfect that is? So what I'll do is I'll take my crease tool here and just crease down the little flap, okay, and this seam right here. We're going to do the same thing on this side. There we go. Alrighty, and now we're going to take this one and just line it up over here. Making sure that the bottom is done first. I always make sure that the bottom lines up, and then the top will just fall into place. Alright, see how perfect that is right there? Perfect. Alright, so now we're going to take our crease tool and just crease it down. And that's all there is to it. Your little bag is done. Now there is a front and a back to this. You see how this right here is the seam? We're going to use that as our back piece, all right? So that when you're looking at it on the front, it just kind of goes right around like this. Isn't that pretty? Absolutely pretty. Now I'm going to show you a couple different things. On this one right here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I actually made little marks, or actually I cut, so that it had a little bit of a fancy edge to it right here, and then I added my little drops right here. This I ran through one of our dies and just got a pretty little decorative edge on the end of that. You could have done that with this also. This one, all I did was leave it unglued at the very end, and they're just really plain, very, very plain at the end. All right, and I covered those up with the bow. And on this one, I actually just stapled that one and covered it up with the bow. Here's the big bow on the front. Here's the little bows on the back. So adorable, absolutely adorable. But now what I want to show you is you can take and you can decorate this with just about anything that we have. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the handles first. So let me show you how I did that, all right? I'm going to take, and this is a really good tip that I wanted to show you, all right? So you can make the handles any way that you want. So this one I call my shoulder bag. Do you see how long the handles are here? And this one is just a little purse, okay? So that, and you can even make a clutch if you want to, all right? But this one is a shoulder bag because the handles are bigger. You can make the handles any size that you want. But let me just show you a little tip and trick. So this right here is a 1/2 inch, all right? This right here is just a 1/2 inch. So if I did that and I tried to fold it on my own, you know, after I cut it, it would be pretty difficult. So what I do is I take and I score it first. So at 1/4 inch, I'm going to take and I'm going to score this, all right? Because that's where the fold is going to be, you know, because my handle is only 1/4 inch wide. Now for this one, I did it a little bit different. This one this one is a 1/2 inch I scored at, and then I cut it at a 1 inch, okay? So that made that one a little bit easier. So decide how fat you want this to be, and you're going to go halfway. So for this one, I want it to be a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to take it at 1/4 inch. I'm just going to take and score it, and then I'm going to throw back on to my trimmer here. I'm going to throw back on my cutter, and I'm going to cut it at a 1/2 inch. So right here, I've got it, and it's so much easier than trying to line this up at a 1/2 inch and score it. It's so much easier to score it and then cut it. Does that make any sense to you? So now when I have this, all I have to do is to take and fold it in half now, and the score mark is already there. You see? So that's what I did with these little guys right here. Now, what I'm going to do is take some of my white liner tape, and I'm only going to put on one piece of it on one side of it, all right? And just butt it up right. Okay, I'm going to go in about a 1/2 inch. You want to leave that flat so that we can come back and put this onto our purse. All right, so I'm going to just take and stop that about a 1/2 inch before I get to the end. And you can mark this if you want, but you don't have to. So there's that one, and here's this one, okay? You'll see what I mean as soon as I get it done here. Alrighty, here we go. All right, and I'm going to stop it about a 1/2 inch before I get to the end. Okay, so there's that. Now let's grab our bloom tool. All right, burnish that down. Okay, and I think what I'll do is I'm going to put my white liner tape here on the end also, because we're going to do this all in one felt swoop. Okay, so here's that. And all right, so I'm putting it on both ends. going the opposite way. Okay, I want this on both sides, whereas when I did it the long way, I only wanted it on one side. You'll see why in just a minute. So let's burnish this down, burnish this one, and start taking the white liner tape off. All right, and we can take it off all of them. So it's very important when you're doing projects like this to have the right tools. And you know that I'm always preaching about the bloom tool, and I'm always preaching about your crease tool. Make sure you have those. It's just so important. You wouldn't make a cake, you know, without a spatula or a stirring spoon. You know, you need the right tools in order to get your work done. And these are just some great tools to get your work done a lot faster. Sitting here trying to scrape off this the tops to these tapes sometimes is really hard, but when you have a bloom tool, it's fantastic. And this one has 7 tools to go along with it. All right, so now I want to be careful that I don't squeeze that closed. I just want to squeeze this part of it right here closed. All right, I want to keep this one open and this end open because they have to land on top of my purse. All right, see how I'm keeping that one open and I'm keeping that end open, okay, just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing for this one. I'm going to just close this up and see how much easier it is when you've already got it scored. And I'm going to leave this open and I'm going to leave this open, okay? Alrighty, so what we're going to do now is to take our crease tool and just kind of curve it. All right, that just makes it a whole lot easier when you're putting it onto your purse. All right, so we're just going to kind of crease this a little bit, just like that, leaving that open, and then I'm going to crease this one also. All right, so now let's take our little purse, and I'm going to leave these plain, but I could just take and I could bevel them. I could do anything that I wanted with it, because it's my purse. All right, and you want to make sure that when you put these on here that you're going over, you know, just about the exact same on both sides, because you don't want a lopsided purse here. All right, so all I'm doing is squishing this down like this. Okay, you can put it down as far as you want, but I want to be a little bit careful because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. Now I could put some bling on here like I did with these. Okay, I could add my bow. I could do just about anything that I wanted to. I'm going to add the other one to the back here also. And you want to get them the exact same. So I just kind of line up the front with the back and then just, whoops, I did it backwards here. I'm going to take and put this one on first. Okay, lining up the front with the back. You see, just kind of squish it together like that. All right, and then the same way with this one right here. So then you know you got them in the same position. All right, there we go. Good. All right, just give it a good squeeze. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my washi tape here, and I am going to start in the back. Actually, I'm going to start right here where there is a seam already to keep my seams even. All right, and I'm just going to go all the way around with this. Isn't that so cute? Look at it. Look at what this adds. This little sparkle tape. I love this. And we're just going to go all the way around. And that's also helping to hold these little guys down in place. The nice thing about this tape is that it's very repositionable. So if you push it down, you can lift it back up. And the fun of this is decorating it as much as or as little as you want. Now remember that, like I said, this is something that is very, very, very easy to make. So you can whip a bunch of these off. What I like to do is have a bunch of them handy and just grab them just like you would. I'm going to lift this up because I don't want that seam going toward the front. I want it going toward the back. And see how my seam right here is going toward the back? So I'm just going to take that and, whoops, I folded that one over here. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to take and lay that down there just like that. And isn't that adorable? But I'm not done, because what I did was I made a little mini bow. So I'm just going to grab this out of here. These are our pockets that our storage system. And like I said, I've always got something stuffed in here. So let me just grab this right here. I just cut one of our bows and left it in here so I wouldn't lose it. And then I'm going to take this little guy right here. Do you see how there's only There's only a few pieces to this bow. I love it. So you're not like folding, then gluing together and hoping it sticks together. And then I just take these and put it right in so that the cutting edge is facing these plastic things and it doesn't eat up my little bag. I got a whole video on this. I love that. So here's my bow. I'm gonna need my journey dots right here, okay? And then we're gonna get our crease tool and then just crease this like that. All right, so it's easier to fold. And then I'm just going to take some of our journey dots right here and add one to that little guy right there. Okay, and then one to this side. And instead of putting it down and putting that together and that together, I'm just going to put all my little journey dots on at the same time, and then we're good to go. Alright, so then I'm going to put one on this end and one on the opposite end. Okay, there we go. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do is just to take and fold this, and what you want to do is take this little piece right here and land it right in the middle like that. Alright, and take this one and land it in the middle just like that. And then this little guy is going to start at the back where that seam was, wrap all the way around, and there it is. Okay, so that's the back end of my bow. Now what I do is I take some of our white liner tape and just run it across here on the bottom. Okay, burnish that and lift it up. Alrighty, and then I'm going to take and just add this. So this is the right side, that's the wrong side, that's the side where the seam is. And then you just line the lines up, press it down in the middle. Oops, let's push that over just a hair. There we go. Take your little crease tool, crease it in there like that, and isn't that so cute? I love that. Alright, so now I just need some of my white liner tape again, and that's going to go across the back end of this. Whew, I lost it, sorry. And just gently burnish that, lift it up, and OMG, it is so adorable. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I just love it. Absolutely love it. And see, these do have the bigger handles. I reinforced it with some of our washi tape right here. It is so adorable. And it's ready for a gift card. You can take, I don't have, oh yes I do. I have some, what I do is I just cut these into littler pieces, grab it in the middle, and just push it up like that. And then you can fill your bag. Let me just see here. Like this, and then you can take and throw your, let me see if I've got one up here. Yep, here's your little Dunkin' Donuts gift card, and throw that right on the inside of it like that. Okay, whoops, let's do it this way. Let's put that in first, and then add our little papers right here. Isn't that adorable? And that is, and you could add a little tag to it. You could add, like I said, some of our little sparkle dots. Just absolutely adorable. Absolutely adorable. So this is the small size, okay? Now this is the small size with larger handles. All right, so there's the tiny one. And I'll have all the sizes on my blog. Here is the medium-sized one. And here is the mama of them all, or the papa, I should say, Papa, Mama, and Baby Bear, all right? So anyway, I hope you liked my post for today. These are so easy to make. Make a whole bunch of them. Get out all of your papers that you have and just start using them. They're just so pretty. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. You take care. Thank you for stopping by. Have a great day.